Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will be deposed in a lawsuit that has been filed by Meghan's half-sister, Samantha Markle. They tried to kick it out, but the judge rules that the case will go on. Hi, I'm Deanna from Hot for History. This is your royalty. Please subscribe, please share, and invite your friends to this amazing channel. Usually we talk about history that your history teacher would never dare to teach you, but we also cover royal history and current events regarding the royals, and boy, do we have a lot of it. Today we are talking about big sister Samantha Markle, who is the half sister of Meghan Markle, basically saying, girl, I know that you're getting away with a lot of lies, but not on my watch. Like, there's nothing like a sister calling her sister out. And this is what's happening now. So a US judge has refused to grant Meghan Markle's request to stop depositions from being taken in this defamation lawsuit between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and Samantha Markle. Markle versus Markle. Now, a judge did warn that the case may be ripe for dismissal before the depositions take place, but many other people are saying, oh no, that's not going to happen. And even if it does, we're still going to have to get testimony from Prince Harry and from Meghan Markle. So this is what the case is all about. Samantha Markle is challenging claims that were made in the 2020 biography, which was Finding Freedom, along with the Oprah interview. Samantha is pushing Meghan to make 38 separate admissions, including whether or not King Charles and the late Queen Elizabeth were racists. Now, considering that Harry would also be forced to speak under oath, and the couple is sort of having a history of exaggeration and a fondness to elaborate, case in point, his allegations regarding the older woman with him losing his V card. So this particular civil case could totally catch Harry and Meghan in all of these alleged lies. In this case, and the judge's current refusal to dismiss, it does feel like a significant development. Now, what you need to know about this judge is that there was a connection to Obama, and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are known to be close with Michelle and Barack, but apparently so far it hasn't really helped them much in this particular case because the judge seems to be ruling based on what is in front of her. Samantha Markle is claiming libel and defamation against Meghan. Meghan tried to get this kicked out, but the judge says, sorry, you are going to have to answer to these 38 questions by Samantha and her lawyers on whether you lied about them. And whether you lied not only about Samantha, but about your father, Thomas, and your relationship to Samantha. Samantha Markle is claiming that this has caused incredible damage against her and her family. Interestingly, she is not actually suing for a lot of money. She's just suing for $75,000 and the truth. This doesn't seem financially motivated. It's more like, hey, I'm your sister. You've been lying out there. You didn't invite us to the wedding. You told everybody that we were out of our minds. You basically lied about my daughter. Samantha's saying that you lied about your car. You lied about the royal family. Lie, 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 lie. I want you to address all of these 38 issues, and then we can move on. One of the things that's really at the heart of this is that Meghan claims that Samantha had nothing to do with her childhood, that she hardly knew her. She's only spoken to her a few times. She didn't even know her birthday, her middle name. In fact, she wasn't even using the name Markle until Meghan was in the news as Meghan Markle, the big fancy movie star, which is not true according to Samantha. Samantha also goes on to talk about the Ford Explorer, where she could really get in through the boot. That's also untrue. I don't know why that's important for her to bring out, but hey, whatever. The judge says that by July, this cross-examination of Meghan and Harry will take place and that the trial will start in October. That's of now. It could still get dismissed. Now, up until this point, her lawyers are like, it's nothing. This is just frivolous lawsuit. This is not a problem, but things seem to be turning against Markle and Prince Harry. Apparently in America, the judges in general will hold you responsible for telling the truth in these defamation cases. In addition, her popularity is apparently waning in the US, although I do think she's more popular in the US than she is over in the UK. But for example, she wasn't really even invited to Oprah's birthday party, but she was invited to Ellen's. Ellen's star is kind of diving. Oprah, it is said, was really taken aback at the fact that Oprah got a lot of criticism with her interview with Harry and Meghan, because many people say that she didn't push enough for the truth and she just allowed this propaganda to come out. Another interesting thing is recently we have seen that Meghan has not been in the limelight or even showing any support for Harry's book. She said nothing. And then recently, the whole thing about Sasha Walpole, who he had the romp in and behind the Vine pub, was only 19 when he was 16 or 17, and he described her as some kind of much older woman. So word on the street is that Meghan is very embarrassed about that, and she's not really showing her support for Harry publicly that much right now, although they were cited at Ellen and Portia's recommitment ceremony. Meghan has been hanging out with Gordon Getty. Now, he is the 89-year-old billionaire of the Getty family. Apparently, she's hanging out in the big hotel, I think, using his boardrooms, hanging out with him. Well, I know I've got some friends who are in their 90s. Willard, who's Pauline's boyfriend, he's 98, she's 89, and he's very flattered. Every time I say hello, he's flattered, and we have a good time with that. So I can imagine that he's flattered that Meghan Markle is hanging out with him, but what is the deal there? So there's all of this stuff coming out, along with the coronation coming up. This is not good for Meghan and Harry. This case could be dismissed. Her lawyers are saying, not a big deal. However, this is a huge deal right now that it wasn't turned around, and we all should be curious to find out what these answers are. It seems like Samantha Markle really is saying, she says that Meghan has made demonstrably false and malicious statements to a worldwide audience, including the roughly 50 million in 17 countries who watched Oprah's interview and the Netflix series. The judge has said that defendant Markle does not satisfy the high standard required to stay discovery pending the resolution of a dispositive motion. She told everybody in the world that she was an only child, even though she has a couple of half siblings who were really involved in her life that she knew quite well. That was one thing. Samantha Markle's only asking for $75,000. Personally, I think she could ask for much more, although I like that she didn't ask for a lot of money because it would just make her sound like she was trying to get a lot of money out of them. Meghan has said, my half sister, who I hadn't seen in over a decade, only for a day and a half, suddenly it felt like she was everywhere. She also implied that Samantha Markle was involved in some kind of online trolling campaign against Meghan. She goes, I don't know your middle name. I don't know your birthday. You're telling these people that you raised me, calling me Princess Pushy. This is what Meghan had said. Samantha Markle maintains that she and Meghan had a close relationship until 2018 and that the media fabricated quotes that have been attributed to her. This should be really interesting to see whether or not Meghan Markle can be victorious over her sister's claims. I will say, as the youngest of 4 girls and as the mother of 4 girls, good luck when your sister wants to come out and say, hey, little sister, we're going to set you straight. My money and my bet is on Samantha. You're watching Hot for History. Please subscribe and share with your friends. We will share more royalty and also more interesting history that I bet your history teachers will never dare to teach you.